Good morning, Ampets. This is Electric Hornet NYC. It's been a long time since I put anything up in my channel, and I apologize. I've been so busy with Frantic TV that I haven't had time for my own channel. But today's video is going to be on the topic of this bad boy, the Async A1 Pro. I got this bike a week ago today and used it for my inaugural ride in Maryland for my own crew that's coming up next year, Majestic Riders. I did a mini review on it on Frantic TV, and I'm here today to tell you. A lot of people was asking me on Instagram, "What do you think about the bike? What do you think about the bike?" So I'm gonna tell you what I think about the bike. I have only one issue with this bike: the delay on the throttle. When you squeeze the throttle, it takes a second or two, and then it jerks forward. So I've been having an issue where when it does that, it goes into mode 3 by itself, and then you stay without throttle. So I spoke to Alex about it. They're looking into that. But he said that originally that's made like that for safety reasons. In case somebody grabs your throttle by mistake, the whiskey throttle, the bike won't go anywhere. I get that, but I don't like it. So that would be the only thing that I don't like about the bike. But I learned to like pedal first the same time I hit the throttle, so it doesn't do that to me. But in the future, I will be replacing that throttle. What I like about it, people tell me what could I compare it to? Super 33 RX. I have one. I was welcome to the community. I got fond memories with the RX. I had issues with the RX as well. With only 150 miles on it, my controller went. Then the battery was no good. Back and forth with Super 73, 10, 12, 14 emails later, they ended up sending me a battery and a controller. So thank you, Super 73, for that. I ended up giving it away to a friend of mine that's still without a bike, and he's enjoying it now. But that's the only bike I could compare it to. Same speed, 32 miles an hour. I got up to 35 on the flat ground on a full charge. But basically 32, 33 miles an hour, just like an RX. The suspension is crazy. The rear shock is here. This tower right here. That's what the rear shock is. And you can open this panel with two screws on top and 5 on the sides. 2 here, 3 there. And the shock has an adjustable. You could adjust it softer, harder, whatever. And yeah, so as far as suspension wise, I like it like the Super 73. And the brakes, crazy. You got 203 rotors in the front. I said 180 before, but I believe it's 160 rotor in the back. And it stops on a dime. The one thing that has over the RX, it climbs hills. 12, 14 miles an hour, but it climbs hills. I went to Maryland for the ride, and there's a place called the Seven Hills. My RX couldn't make it. I had to walk it up. But this puppy here made it. At 14 miles an hour, it made it. So it's a great little bike. I got it because I have a small apartment, and I also have my Onyx, Hornet Onyx RCR. It's behind us. And that bike weighs 180 pounds, and I have a hard time getting it in and out of the apartment because it's a narrow alleyway. The entrance to my apartment is in a private house, but on the side entrance, and there's a fence separating the other house, and it's only 33 inches, and I have a hard time taking the Onyx out and bringing it into the apartment. I have to pick up the back and go back and forth until I get it out. With this bike, in and out. In and out. I believe it's 78 pounds, and I love it. I could ride it out of my apartment. I don't have to go through what I go through with my Onyx. Oh, sorry about the smoke. Yeah, so after a week with it, I put 78 miles on it so far. I take it to and from work. I commute with it. That's what I wanted the bike for. And it does its job. It does its job. The seat, everybody's talking to me about the seat, so small, so narrow, but it's actually comfortable. During the ride in Maryland, I did 43 miles, It wasn't up to the 40th mile that my tushy started being a little uncomfortable. But that's 40 miles. The average person is not gonna ride this bike 40 miles. I don't think so. But after 43 miles is a 48 volt, 40 amp hour. Um, I I had 34% left of the battery, and I had it on mode 3 and off road, which is the two highest modes on the bike. So I had 34% left. Uh, I was impressed. I love the bike. Um, I am going to do future upgrades with it. I plan to put a powerful lithium battery, change the throttle to a domino throttle as soon as Mr. V makes one. And I don't know, I might change the motor. Motor is 1200, peaks out at 2500. Controller is only a 35 amp controller, so I'll probably put a subaton controller in there. And I want, if I could do 40, 45, I'm happy. I want more range, if anything. The shocks are good in the front, good bounce and rebound. I love it. It's but compared to an RX or an Aerial, I beat a Grizzly. What that tells you. I beat a Grizzly with this thing. If you watch Tito, Big Tito's underscore EV's video on YouTube, watch it. You'll see. I blow his doors off, and he's riding a Kepler. I cheated, though. I was coming from the downhill, so I was already at 39 miles an hour. So let's keep it real. But I still passed him. But, yeah. RX is $4,000. We all know that. And this one, for being $800 less, you're going to get the same speed, but more torque, and you're going to get more range. A 48 volt, 40 amp hour battery. So you're going to get more range than an RX. And you're going to pay $800 less. Currently, at the time this video comes out, because Async has $400 off on the bike now. They sold out their first launch, and now they're waiting for the second batch, which is sometime in late October. So to show the generosity, they took off $400. So if you want to buy this bike now, I had a comment in the YouTube channel on the review. A writer said, "Oh, you bus drivers, because I'm a bus operator for New York City Transit, and you bus drivers must make a lot of money because you say $3,500 like it's nothing." I didn't mean it that way. I meant that way. If you're going to pay $4,000 for an RX, you might spend $500 less on this one, and you're going to get a better performance uphill. The speed is the same, but you're going to get more performance uphill and better range. So I'm not knocking Super 73. Like I said, I had an RX. That's what got me into the community. I love my RX. But the facts are the facts. I spoke to a sales marketing person from Super 73. Was at the Last Mile Ride a couple of weeks ago. His name was Drew. I don't remember, but I'm sorry. And he told me the reason the RXs are still at 32 miles an hour and no torque is because they're keeping between the law. They don't want their bikes to be breaking any laws on their account. But I still say fuck it. Let us make that decision. Have a code or something we could unlock and make the bike go faster, more torque, or whatever. But that's my opinion. My opinion only. But that being said, this is a great little bike. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get paid by them to say what I'm saying. This is my personal opinion with my personal bike. So I love it. I'm going to continue using it to commute. And stay tuned for later upgrades. You're not gonna recognize this bike when I'm done with it. So yeah, that's all, Ampheads. I wish everybody a good night. I hope everybody's safe. It's been a shitty weekend. Rain Saturday and Sunday, non-stop. So no riding, no keeping between the ditches, no leaving no one behind. Use this time to clean your bikes, work on your bikes, whatever the case may be. With that being said, stay safe, Ampheads. And this is Electric Hornet NYC coming at you live from the Boogie Down Bronx. Peace.